failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Do it! Just do it!
Okay, we are cooked.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just fuck!
Wieso? Was? Ja, fuck deine Mutter! Deine Mutter! Weißt du, was sie geändert haben? Sie haben einfach meine Schwanzlänge geändert in diesem Spiel, weil sie irgendwie kompensieren müssen, die scheiß Mitarbeiter bei fucking EA.
Slow.
Bro, he did not miss a single shot! Holy shit. Stirb doch! Es ist immer mit 1 HP, aber er trifft jeden Bullet. Okay! Ja, Bro! Ja! Ist okay. Ist okay.
Söhne.
What's up, baby? Bra, bra.
Ja.
What the fuck?
Okay, alles klar.
What was that, bro?
Hallo?
Jumpscare
Bro,
einfach.
what the fuck?
What?
Nee, warte, wo? Wie? Hä?
Ja!
Du bist...
Ja! Get him! Get him, Avengers!
Oh, fucking Kramer. Oh.
Yippee! I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this is something like a max filler episode. I want to make way more videos overall. I love doing this, but I can't always make a 30-minute video without university punishing me like a Spanish mom finding out that you have been skipping school for 2 months. This video is something of a promise that I made. Apex always has been one of my favorite games of all time, and especially for my friends. They love this game. They asked me if I could make a video on Apex, and I said say less. I mean, I'm rusty, but we can still make something out of this. I'm definitely not as good as I was back then. I mean, it's been like, what, 4 years since season 9? 10 or something like that. I haven't played since then, so I am definitely not in shape anymore for this game. This video is also going to be a bit different. We're going to be experimenting out here because I want to try something else for this kind of video. So we're going to be doing chapters, okay? We're going to be talking more than there's going to be memes and videos. So without further ado, let's get straight to what we're going to be talking about today. Apex Legends is a battle royale that came out early 2019. I was in school when this shit came out. It plays after the events of Titanfall 2, which has to be one of the greatest shooters of all time. I suck at Titanfall, but that's besides the point. The game had amazing lore, amazing characters with similar abilities to some of the pilots in Titanfall, and amazing gameplay. But yeah, like, you guys understand the movement in this game, its weapons, they're so clean, it feels so good to play this game. Nowadays, the characters in Apex have their own categories, which are basically movement characters, DPS characters, scan, support, and tank. It's small things with their passive changes and how they play by just a tiny bit. These are small and fresh changes that came out over the years. We got new maps, a few new weapons, and a lot of gameplay changes because Jesus Christ, this game isn't any close to how it was 20 seasons ago. Apex also offered a lot of side modes from 3v3 arenas to death matches, conquest, and my personal favorite, the Winter Express. I'm telling you, I would always come back to Apex around the winter just to play this mode because it's so much fun. Outside of the gameplay, there are obviously skins, etc. like in any free-to-play game. The most amazing thing about this series as a fan were the stories of the Outlands, giving us amazing cinematics from the world of Apex Legends and its characters. These were so good that if Apex would ever make a series in the style of, like, I don't know, Arcane, it would be the next big hit for the gaming industry. So the game overall is amazing, and at a time where Battle Royale was booming and people like me who just didn't like Fortnite, it was peak. It felt good, it felt fresh, it was amazing. Well, was amazing. If I had to take into perspective the changes Apex has made over the years, objectively speaking, it's much better, has more content, and has way more stuff than back in Season 2. At least that's what you would expect. Which takes us to our next thing. I'll be going into a few things here. One is my personal experience, and after that a general fact check of my friends Marcello and Eric, who have been playing this game like it's a 9-to-5 job. I have played the game since Season 2, and I won't lie, it was amazing. I loved the game so much, it was the only thing I wanted to play. Yet around Season 9, I think, I stopped playing. Nothing bad really happened around the time, but I stopped for a reason, which were some of these questionable gameplay changes. Like, I understand that the devs want to keep the game fresh by adding new stuff with every season, but some stuff were either useless, unnecessary, or blatantly stupid. Till this day, Pathfinder still doesn't have a proper passive. They did some amazing changes, like the Revenant rework, the Lifeline rework, and now Octane got a rework, which I'm very happy about because he has been my favorite since launch. He feels very fresh to play now, and that's great, but the game doesn't feel good to play. I usually played around Maxos elo when the game came out with my friends, and we were satisfied and kept it that way. Yet for some reason, when we queue into quick play, okay? Quick play! Our enemies are always apex predators, which is top 500. And I'm not saying this is what it was back in the day, no. This has been an issue ever since the later seasons. I haven't played this game in over 4 years, and for some reason, I'm getting queued against these people in quick play. Remind you, quick play is not ranked. I play quick play because that's casual. I want to remind you guys my account was rookie, the lowest rank in the game for over 15 seasons. So my MMR should be very low by now, right? Right? Because apparently it's not! How can a Robbie tell me that my team is the above average team when we got 2 gold players and a silver in our team, and then we get molested by the most unemployed creatures God has to give us? The worst part is, it doesn't end even there, so we thought, okay, you know what, clearly our accounts are considered high elo for some reason, even after a 4-year break. So, let's make alt accounts because all of us basically suck now. So we played the first game and it was a free win. It really wasn't that hard. Then the next game, mind you, the second game ever on this account, we got 3 times Apex Predators. How is this okay? I tried playing with my friends from university who are like, as I like to call it, water at the game. And we get 1940 German special forces in the enemy team. In the end, we swapped to ranked, and we actually got human lobbies for once. Because like we said, we're retired. We ain't that good no more in the game. And worse even, never were that good to begin with, to even consider this a fair matchup. Yes, it is a skill issue, but I'm not unemployed enough to care though. This wasn't a problem when the game came out. Queue times were also shorter because this awful skill-based matchmaking didn't apply back then. You are actively longer in queue times than you are in-game nowadays. In casual, remind you. So yeah, the matchmaking sucks, okay? But the characters feel good to play, right? Wrong! Metaslaves exist, like in any other game. The thing is though, it's the entire player base. The balancing in this game is so bad, it's not even a joke. I haven't seen a single Bloodhound since I returned to the game. And I want you guys to know that Bloodhound was one of the most picked characters for 4 seasons. Worse are the rank changes. They wanted to fight back the idea of people just rushing in hotspots, dying, rinse and repeat until they actually win one of those fights and got over a huge amount of rank points by making kills less valuable and placements more valuable, which has led to people just ratting around in the game. Yes, I understand that it's a battle royale and that surviving till the end is its thing, but rewarding placements above kills is insane to me. I have never seen people camp this much in a shooter in my life. Being rewarded to hide the entire game until the final squad is alive and just third party them and get more rewards than somebody with 12 kills in the entire game is fucking retarded. I won't lie, they got the third party problem somewhat in check, I think, but that might also just be because I was lucky. If I think about like how bad it was back then, like Jesus, getting third partied only every third fight felt like a blessing. I guess thanks to them adding a lot more escape options to the game, it's been easier to deal with this stuff, but it's still not perfect. I actually think Naruto Bladepoint has the best third party protection system in any battle royale I've experienced so far, but you guys are free to disagree. I would love to hear other opinions, to be honest, at this point. I could go more into this, but we're gonna keep it at that for now. Yet, we have to mention the elephant in the room. The biggest issue Apex has, its greatest enemy. I'm no expert on macros. For that I have Marcello, but the only reason I'm not is because I've never even known about their existence before he told me and actually showed me those things. So like, he's gonna be the expert on that. But for controllers, Jesus Christ, controllers, oh my lord, I have never in my life seen such a horrible balancing for controllers in a video game. Just to give you an example what the issue of controllers is. Basically, since crossplay is a thing, people have been complaining from both sides. Controller players always complained about how PC players have an insane movement tech, which by the way, it does, but also has been toned down somewhat. And it's mostly just the top 1%, if not less, who are even able to apply this stuff, which you also, by the way, can do with controller, it's just more difficult. Yet you know how they fix this issue? They give controller players a built-in aimbot. I am not kidding. To explain what an aimbot is to my fellow boomers and boombets, it looks something like this. Yeah, not fun to play against. Doesn't have counterplay either. Obviously this is an extreme example, but not far from reality. I'm not going to make an example for I don't want to play on a controller, but Marcello and other friends gladly demonstrated. He played controller for the first time against a friend who is Masters Plus and won every 1v1. With weapons he doesn't even like properly play. We tried to tell him to do single Mozambiques without scope and he railed him so hard, bro, I got jealous. So yes, it is bad. It is exploitable as fuck, and you think people would take the moral high ground and not use exploitable settings to basically have a full aimbot? No. And I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but how is it possible that companies with years of experience in shooters can't get this fixed, but Nintendo does it first try? Just to explain, Splatoon uses motion controls. You know, like the Wii? You literally just move your fucking controller to aim and adjust with a stick. It fucking works. It's no different than moving my hand with the mouse. It is no different. But no, you know what we need? We need more skill. Yeah, so about that, we're gonna get to that later. So, macros. I'm just gonna, let me just, where's my, okay, there. Let me just read this out because I'm not watching a 2010 YouTube tutorial. Alrighty. So, if I'm gonna be honest, macros are way worse than I thought. First, we're going to have to explain what a macro is. Macros are automated sequences of actions that can be triggered with pressing a single button. To simplify this, I press button, and system does sequence of inputs for me. Macros basically do this stuff in milliseconds, which is also why this is insane. I didn't bother ever understanding what macros were till this day, so why is using macros in Apex busted? Basically, every tech in the game can be abused using macros like tap strafing. You can just input that by putting it on your mouse wheel and you have perfect movement. In a game like Apex, this is an abysmal unfair advantage. But wait, there's more! In shooters, we have something we call a spray pattern. The spray pattern is the pattern of how a gun handles recoil in these games. As an example, if I just shoot without moving my mouse, you can see the bullets move like in this picture. So to have precise aim, all you do is basically move your mouse in the opposite direction. And voila, you shoot precise. In practice, this sounds easy, but when you're playing the game and actually fighting, this isn't as easy as it sounds. People usually train this stuff for ages and never really get that good at it either. But with macros, you can bind the recoil pattern into a button, which means you can shoot without recoil, which allows you to laser the enemy with a fucking hyper beam. Knowing people like my parents and friends who don't play these games watch this as well, to give you an example, it is absolutely game changing. Having somebody with a spray control macro against somebody without it is the equivalent of having a coughing baby fight Mike Tyson. And it gets worse. I don't even know all the macros. I'm finding out about more and more exploits per minute. Like, there are ways to make a single fire mode weapon shoot like a minigun because all these people have to do is tell the system to do that shit for you. The worst part is, there's macros for everything. Wall jumps, tap strafe, aim, spray control, click speed, any type of movement, any type of anything. This is no different than using hacks, but it is considered legal and doesn't get banned. Only in pro play they ban it, but normals, it's okay there. Just use your exploits, guys. Come on, it's no problem. Bro, like, I miss the good old days. Back in the day, we just called these pussies cheaters. So yeah, this game might have more content, but it's a bugfest, which people abuse and gain unfair advantages. Not only that, you are forced to play against people who are unemployed as fuck, which is why, unfortunately, I can't recommend Apex to any newcomers, because of these sole reasons. You can't even call this skill-based matchmaking anymore, but want to get fucked in the ass matchmaking. But you know what they do instead of fixing these easy problems? You know what they do? They give us Femboy Octane. Before I get into the problem, I'll give a W to Apex, that when you buy the Battle Pass once, you get enough credits to get the next Battle Pass again. I bought the Battle Pass back in the day, I think it was like Season 5, and it was worth it. However, it is insane to me how much money goes into skins. I won't lie, I don't care about skins, but you can see what the focus of Apex is. Ever since Season 12, they stopped giving us new characters, and with every new season, they said they're gonna focus on the game more. But the only focus I see is making more skins that are priced so highly you could buy an entire gaming PC for it. I have an heirloom, but I pulled it from cases you got free back then for grinding. But the only thing I see Apex do is release more heirlooms, heirloom skins, universal heirlooms, and what's next? Fucking mythic hair? If you actually look at the skins nowadays, they also look like cheap fucking copy-pasted Valorant skins. It's just lazy, and the game just lost its touch. And that's also the problem, because like these gameplay improvements barely happen and mostly fail. Worst part is the last stories of the Outlands was over 2 years ago, and they became so lazy with time. You guys don't understand the hype that was the upcoming reveal of Revenant. It was the coolest shit ever, but all that love and the story, it's gone, thrown away like it meant nothing. Everything that was once Apex Legends, the love that the people had for the game, doesn't exist anymore. Apex as it is now is no different than how Overwatch was before Marvel Rivals made a move. Will we see an improvement soon? Most likely not. It will be amazing for Apex to do a comeback like Overwatch did, but at the moment, every last bit of love for the game is just gone. The game is soulless, empty, and you can tell by how the player base is shrinking. Yes, it still has 100k players average, but that's kind of obvious when you consider how many more people have become gamers ever since COVID. These issues shouldn't exist. The only thing bringing me back to the game is nostalgia and fun with friends, but at this point, I can't even play on my main, and I'd rather play on an alt account than whatever the game has become. And I want you guys to understand, I love Apex Legends so much. It is still so much fun to play, but I don't want to have to play against these people using exploits, hacks, etc. And I don't want to download shitty macros just to keep up with the other people. Because nowadays, people have as many macros as Cyberpunk characters have upgrades. If Apex would decide to actually ban these things, and actually do something about it, the game could be so much fun. But the only thing what we truly see from them is how badly they are trying to sell us their next heirloom skins. It is disappointing. However, just like in Marvel, I do have some funny moments, and rage moments definitely from this game. So to everyone still watching, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of this circus.
Thank you.
Kobe!
You got games on the phone?
I just fucking hit her with the nade, bro. Not even the explosion, I just hit her. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, Ashpot, da.
Oh, bei mir oben drauf.
Geil, escaped, Alter. Hast du einen gedown?
Ja, habe ich.
Okay, warte.
Ah ja, da wollte ich resin. Was ein Homo-Movement, Bro. Ich habe das ganze Squad alleine gebumst. Fuck you.
Ja, unser Mate ist halt nicht da.
Wo ist unser Teammate? Der ist wirklich nicht hier. Ach du Scheiße. Ja, okay, ich bin gedown. Super. Den Dude revive? Nö. Glaubst du, ich kann den holen?
Ne.
Probier's mal.
Fick noch mal ein bisschen die anderen Leute von der Seite.
Ich hab ihn.
Kommt hier hoch.
Achtung, hier.
Oh, jetzt stirbst du aber, Digga. Das kannst du vergessen.
Leute, wie ist disconnected? Cool. Nein, es won.
Ab oben.
Das meint ihr jetzt nicht ernst, oder? Das meint, was?
Oh, neben uns. Hab einen.
Yes, Sir! Yes, Sir! Wir haben es immer noch drauf!
schwierig. Der kann nicht mal hochholen?
I'm sorry, fellas, you got third partied.
Bro, I'm shooting a fucking plant, man. What the fuck?
GG! Ja, guck mal, wie der am Kämpfen ist! Was ist das für einer? Was ist das für einer? Deine Eltern haben dich geliebt, du kleiner Hurensohn. Wichser! An welchen Footsteps sollte ich gehört haben, dass ganz Syrien vor meiner Haustür steht? Hinter dir.
Ja, wie? Dreckscontroller-Spiele, Alter!
Ja, Bro, du hast nicht einen Schuss gemisst! Hinter da bist du ein Shot! What do you mean? Ah, no, it's... Ah, fuck, it's Hitler!
Where balls? Like, how bad? Bro, I don't know. Like, it's so stupid. I'm having a stroke right now because I'm thinking about aim assist again.
Oh, yeah. Player skill distribution, what does that mean? Ah, look, Masters, bro. They're Masters in 3 seasons. I will also be making a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I'm dog shit at this game. When I say I was good, that shit's past tense for a reason.
Was, bro, was. With a capital W.
Yeah. Oh, not Monday, was left in past tense. Never mind, bro, I'm cracked.
Und ab reiner. Ach so, man kann hier nicht mehr runterfallen, wie retarded. Jetzt habe ich die ganze Zeit vorsichtig gewesen, man kann nicht mehr runterfallen. Pussy. Pussy! Pretty much. Yep, that.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, how do you get the rampart?
Because I'm fucking legend. Yeah. Bro, I just
go.
put the wrecking ball and just jack off in the fucking face.
Okay.
Bro, the somewhat update from that make it.
Yo, thanks so much for watching. I have a plan for what the next video is going to be. It's mostly going to be Naraka Blade Point. There's so much happening with Naraka at the moment, especially with me and Slayer. So you're going to be seeing a Naraka Blade Point video very soon. If you guys have any other ideas for other videos, please write in the comments. I would love to hear any kind of recommendations of what we could do. And in any case, you guys can always write me or in general just join our Discord or whatever not and try to join us and play with us in the videos. Well, I mean, you would have to write a comment, and if you write a comment, I'm willing to get in contact with you guys, and hey, you might have a chance of being in our videos. So we will see how the future entails. Most likely Naraka is going to be a video just like Marvel was, and I hope you guys are excited for it. So for everyone still here, thank you so much for watching. Well, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.